Sorry, sorry, sorry. I forgot to test number 4. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Sorry, Brent. I forgot to test microphone number 4. 3 2 1 1 2 3. Sorry.
It's time, my dear.
And now Eric just said, "I'll be right there." So we're going to be a minute late.
We're on daylight savings times now.
I'll stand up and applaud him. He might take offense at that.
All right, it's 6:02, and we welcome you to the City of Independence Planning Commission meeting. Go ahead and stand with me and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, good evening. On behalf of the City of Independence, I welcome you to the Planning Commission meeting for November the 18th. For those of you who wish to speak tonight, please remember to address all comments and questions to the chair and keep your comments brief and to the point. If you agree with a previous speaker, you can simply indicate that. So to expedite tonight's meeting, if you wish to speak or plan to speak, I would ask at this time that you stand. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth to this Planning Commission tonight? If so, say I do. Thank you very much. You can be seated. All right, first on the agenda, I will entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
Roll.
We can do a roll call.
Oh, thank you very much. Roll call.
Commissioner Nesbitt,
Here.
Commissioner Ferguson,
Here.
Commissioner Ashbaugh,
Here.
Commissioner O'Neill,
Present.
Commissioner Young,
Here.
and Chairman Wiley.
Present. Thank you.
Chair.
Yes,
I make a
Commissioner.
motion to approve the consent agenda.
All right, great. We have a first.
Second.
And I have a second from Commissioner Young. Any questions or comments or discussion, commissioners? All right, I'll go ahead and call for the vote.
Commissioner Nesbitt,
Yes.
Commissioner Ferguson,
Yes.
Commissioner Ashbaugh,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Neill,
Yes.
Commissioner Young,
Yes.
Chairman Wiley.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. All right, staff, looking to tonight's agenda, calling first case up, case number 25423, a short-term rental on Hawthorne Avenue.
Alrighty. Yes, as you stated, this is an application for a short-term rental approval of a property located at 3214 South Hawthorne Avenue. The property is located in Southwest Independence, so just off of 33rd Street and Hawthorne Avenue. It's a corner lot. The notification area map as required by city code, where letters notifying property owners surrounding the subject site. A zoning map of the subject site shows that the property is surrounded by a single-family residential neighborhood. To the west, there is a city-maintained regional stormwater detention basin. The property in question is defined as Lot 16 of the Blue Ridge Manor subdivision. It's a large lot, about half an acre in size, 22,000 square feet. As I stated before, it is a corner lot, the intersection of 33rd Street and Hawthorne Avenue. Jackson County Records indicates the dwelling was constructed in 1975, encloses approximately 2,000 square feet of living area in the main level. The architecture is ranch style, featuring a cross-gabled, hipped roof. The property has a circle drive off of Hawthorne Avenue and a second driveway off of 33rd Street, providing ample parking as required by city code. Here's a picture of the front facade of the proposed short-term rental. It's a brick facade. You see the hipped roof. street level photos of the surrounding neighborhood. Westbound, you can see the white picket fence enclosing the regional stormwater detention basin. And northbound terminates in a cul-de-sac. The surrounding neighborhood is of similar age, design, and characteristics. Floor plan, the main level. So the proposed short-term rental has 3 bedrooms and a rear deck. And a floor plan of the basement includes a recreation room, kitchenette, and that covered outdoor patio in the rear. Parking plan shows the 2 driveways, so the circle drive off of Hawthorne and another paved driveway off of 33rd Street in the rear of the property. Again, that provides ample parking in accordance with city code. The nearest short-term rental is located off of Arlington Avenue in the southwest, to the southwest of the subject site, outside of any required density limitation or buffer area. Staff does recommend approval of the application with the standard conditions. So the maximum occupancy of the dwelling shall be limited to 6 persons, be 2 adults per bedroom, and the maximum number of bedrooms shall be 3. And that concludes my presentation.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions from commissioners? Seeing none, I will invite the applicant to come forward. Please state your name and your address.
Yolanda Holden. I live at 4021 Southwest Flint Rock Drive, Lee Summit, Missouri, 64082.
All right, great. Tell us about your property and what you want us to know.
So, as Mr. Gabe Gaser said, it's a 3-bedroom home built in 1975. I purchased it I closed in August. The idea came to me when I discovered that this metropolitan area doesn't have enough lodging to accommodate World Cup. And so I thought that this would be a good opportunity to start an Airbnb. This is my first. After World Cup, I don't know that I'm going to continue. I don't know what I'm going to do after World Cup because that is the purpose of it. So I have arranged for Minute it's $340 initially, $240 for the year because I got the pro package in order to be able to monitor the temperature in the house and like crowd control as well. So I'm sensitive to the fact that the house is on a dead-end street, a cul-de-sac. I live on a cul-de-sac, and I appreciate the quietness of the street and no through traffic, so I'm sensitive to that. So I'm going to have certain policies in place, like, of course, with the Minute, if there is a gathering of a crowd, Minute will be able to tell me that. If there are noise levels that go above a certain decibel that I set, Minute will tell me that. And so I can have Minute send the main person who is booked a text, a phone call, and then sound the alarm in the house. And I want to have a policy in place also that if the police have to be called, then your right to stay there can end immediately, because that comes back on me if police have to be called to my property. So I want to be able, I will have that posted that parties or loud noises will not be tolerated at all. I have Ted's Trash as my trash collector and recycling collector. I can field any questions if you have any.
All right.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner.
on your application, you proposed having total occupancy of 8,
Yeah.
and the city says 6. Are you okay with that?
Yes, I am. So initially, so there's a full bathroom, the 3 bedrooms are upstairs, and there's a full bathroom downstairs, and there's a lot of wasted space, and I was considering making it a 4-bedroom, but the cost is too costly to do it. I don't think it'll be worth the money to do that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, any additional questions for the applicant, commissioners? All right, seeing none, hang around. We might need to call you back up, but thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, is there anyone present who would like to speak in favor of this case? Anyone who'd like to speak in favor? Okay, I'm going to move on. Anyone who'd like to speak in opposition? Okay, have you been sworn in, sir? Okay, go ahead and step forward. Share your name and your address, please. All right, and tell us what you would like us to know, please.
Oh, thank you. Well, I have some concerns, obviously, with the short-term rental property being in our residential neighborhood. Obviously, it's a nice, quiet neighborhood, as she had previously stated, and we want to keep it that way. You never know who you're going to get when you get into these short-term rentals. People are going to come and go. So that's a concern for me as a neighbor, especially with children in the neighborhood. You have no idea how much traffic is going to be coming in and out, who these people are coming and going, specifically to the World Cup. There's going to be people from out of the country that could be coming in and renting these places. Obviously, the council has had previous experiences with short-term rental, and they know those concerns. We've had problems in the past. There's been stories. There's been issues with some of these short-term rentals, and obviously, as a neighbor, I have that same concern. She previously brought up the trash. Yes, TED trash service. Well, there's currently a big, huge pile of trash sitting actually beside the house. It's been there for 2 to 3 weeks. It looks like construction material, and so if it's been there for that long, I have a concern. Are they going to continue to keep the house up? Are they going to continue to keep the property, or how that's going to affect the value of my home going forward if it's not kept up? So I do have quite a bit of concerns regarding this and this being allowed to happen.
All right, thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Yeah. John Hines, 3205 South Hawthorne Avenue.
All right, anybody additionally who'd like to speak in opposition of this case? Okay, seeing none. Applicant, would you like to go ahead and come back up and address any of those concerns?
Yes. So the trash, it is construction debris. So I had the deck completely demolished and rebuilt. The ceiling in the basement completely redone, a wall, and the bathrooms have been remodeled. So I was there today talking with a contractor. They are finishing up. He hopes to be done by this weekend, and they actually took some of the trash away. So it was a huge pile of construction debris.
And when will your TED's trash service begin?
It's already started.
Okay, great. Are you using a service to place people in your Airbnb?
I will. You mean like Airbnb or Booking.com or Vrbo?
Yeah.
Yes, I will. I think I'm going to, I'm new at this. I think I'm going to start with Airbnb. And see how that goes. I'll probably just stick with Airbnb because I want to start it as soon as possible so that when June gets here, I'm not brand new and I will have some experience. So I'll probably just stick with Airbnb, the one that I start with.
Okay.
So I do appreciate the gentleman's concern. And like I said, I live in a cul-de-sac, so I understand that as well. And that's why I won't tolerate noise or parties or anything like that. Which is a good thing that I guess it's a 3-bedroom because it only will house. I can only have 6 people max.
I know your address is in Lee Summit. What will you do if you get notification there's a party at your home?
So my son, I have 2 sons that live about 20 minutes away. They live in Kansas City, but north, and it's about 20 minutes away. And I've listed one of my sons as the property manager. So either he will respond or I will respond.
All right. Any additional questions or follow-up for our applicant, commissioners? Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
All right, commissioners, any final questions for staff? All right, I will entertain a motion.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move we approve the application for case number 25-400-23, short-term rental, 3214 South Hawthorne Avenue.
All right, I am going to close the hearing.
Thank you.
All right,
Repeat.
I have a first
Second.
and a second. All right, I will call for the vote.
Commissioner Nesbitt,
Yes.
Commissioner Ferguson,
Yes.
Commissioner Ashbaugh,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Neill,
Yes.
Commissioner Young,
Yes.
Chair Wiley.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. Congratulations, and just be a kind neighbor. All right. All right, we're going to move on to our next hearing. Case number 25-400-24, short-term rental on East Eureka Road.
Okay, this is applicant Karen Ekenberry for a STR there at where Eureka intersects with Artie Mize. As you can see from the star on our vicinity map here on our first slide. Second slide here. So this is on a property on the south side of Eureka, abutting this meadow subdivision that's on Artie Mize. So you have low density subdivision, basically the south, and then mostly rural residences along Eureka Road corridor, and a large stable and pasture horse operation there north of the property on the other side of the road. So this was the notification area. Neighbors along Eureka, as well as the subdivision to the south. So as far as the property's history, it was annexed in the city in 1975. Of course, was assigned the A1 agricultural zoning designation at the time. It was a 60-era home that was built prior to this annexation. The property, of course, was reclassified as RA with the adoption of the Unified Development Ordinance in 2009. As far as physical characteristics about the property, approximately 1,300 square feet in area. The dwelling is a ranch-style house with a single-car garage, but it has a 2-car driveway. It's a light tan building with sort of a shake shingle wainscot. Rather level lot surrounded by many large trees. So the main level of the house is the kitchen, the dining room, the laundry, the master bedroom, the bathroom, and 2 additional bedrooms, additional bathroom, and of course the single-car garage. Then there's a basement underneath, but the guests will not have access to that. The area around this property, it's a rural residential area, basically in southwest Independence, at the eastern edge of the Little Blue Valley. And so there's more wooded and hilly areas as you go up the road, up Eureka to the east. So small single-family homes lie adjacent and nearby to the east and west. And again, there's a large horse pasture and stable facility that's right across the road to the north. As far as parking, the property does have a two-car driveway, even though it does have a single-car garage. So the driveway would allow for 4 vehicles. However, the guests would not have access to the garage. Of course, this is along the narrow, windy Eureka Road, and so it's not possible to use this for street parking. So the guest will, according to the applicant, will not be allowed to have parties or events. The house is on a large acre lot, so the neighbors aren't immediate. She will have security cameras that have a noise detection that sends a notification to the applicant phone. However, the applicant will also need to include a noise monitoring device like the Minute or other such devices that could be mounted in the main living area. So as far as the short-term rental environments, so they'll have to meet the noise monitoring requirements, as I just stated. Trash removal will be by Republic Trash Services, which is collected on Thursdays. The property will be listed on 2 platforms, the Airbnb and the VRBO. The applicant has listed the responsible agent according to city code, as well as providing the checklist for licensing and future inspections, insurance, and on-site information, and so forth. The fire evacuation plan, which we will look at momentarily, has been provided, as well as floor plans. And the property will have to have a fire inspector and pass the initial short-term rental fire and life safety inspection is standard. And again, they do satisfy with the parking plan that I will show you shortly here. So this is the floor plan, which showing basically north is at the top. So you got the garage there on the west, and then everything's on this one level. Your 3 bedrooms there, the living room, kitchen, and laundry. And this shows the evacuation out the front door there on the north side of the house. And this shows the double wide driveway, so you can see how you see the garage on the south there, the drive extending beyond that, creating enough space there for 4 cars. The closest other short-term rental is way to the west of 291, so there's nothing in the immediate area at all. So this is standing out in front of the house, looking east up the hill, up Eureka, the horse pasture there, the north. And then this is the other direction toward where the road curves and intersects with Artie Mize. And here's straight on south facing north, house facing north, but we looking to the south at the home. Of course, the sign there. So we have the standard recommendations for short-term rentals. The maximum capacity of the premises would be limited to 6 because we have 3 bedrooms, so 2 adults per bedroom. So ready to take any questions you may have.
All right. Commissioners, any questions for Brian today? All right. Seeing none, I would invite the applicant to come up. And please state your name and your address for the record.
My My name is Stacy Eikenberry. I live at 19203 East 28th Street South, Independence 64057. Our house is less than 3 miles from the property, so we're available anytime. If we go out of town, the dates are blocked. We own the horse property across the street, so we're there twice a day, whether someone's there or not. It's very quiet neighborhood. There's giant construction stuff from the people who are building behind next to the house, which is a bit of a concern for us. It's a quiet neighborhood. I don't know if.
What would you like us to know about deciding to be a short-term rental?
I just think it's a great area. It's quiet. I think people will really enjoy it. It's close to the hospital. It's close to Independence Center. It feels very rural, though. I just think it's the perfect spot.
Okay, great. Any questions for our applicant commissioners? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Not seeing anyone in the gallery, but I will ask if anyone would like to speak in opposition or in favor of this case. Anyone like to speak in opposition or in favor? All right, seeing none. All right, I will close this case. All right.
Chair,
Yes, Commissioner.
I make a motion to approve case 25-400-24, short-term rental, 21401 East Eureka Road.
All right, I have a first and a second from Commissioner Ashfaw. Any final discussion? All right, I will call for the vote, please.
Commissioner Nesbitt,
Yes.
Commissioner Ferguson,
Yes.
Commissioner Ashbaugh,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Neill,
Yes.
Commissioner Young,
Yes.
Chairman Wiley.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0 for short-term rental on East Eureka Road, case number 25424. All right, you have a beautiful property, and I wish you well. Thank you very much. All right, any final words? Rick, anything you want us to know?
Just kind of give you an update on our status. Staff is expected to be out of this building in December, but we do intend to continue to have meetings here into the first of next year. We will certainly update the members on those specific dates when we get those, but that's really it for tonight. Thank you.
All right. So no meeting in December. So let me say happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year.
Same to you.
All of that. We get a vacation here.
And we are adjourned at 6:30 p.m.